Hello, Senior Stoner fans. The real Senior Stoner in the hot tub with a dirty Jimmy. You see the dirty Jimmy? The dirty spots on it? Dirty Jimmy. I'm going to be rolling more today. I'll probably do it and let everybody see. Here's why I'm on. Just walked my poodle. And here's what happens. You go to the point where you think you can go, but it's too far. And I came home limping, hardly able to walk, holding my side with my cane. Didn't even help. And now I made it out back. Why am I on the video talking today, right now? Because I'm a fool. I'm a fool. I'll say it again. I'm a fool. You know why? Didn't listen to my own advice. You need to know how far you can go. You can't go further than you can because you won't be able to get back. In my case, I get back, but with excruciating pain. So, what do? It's back to the spoon theory. You have to think in the morning, all right, what do I have to do today? And I have a doctor's appointment today, which I have to get to. You have to think, what do you have to do today? And you have to marshal out, plan out what you can do around your capabilities. And I'm not kidding. If you can't, you can't. I'm not saying don't walk the dog. I can let her out back. But my obsession to walk the dog, frankly, goes back many dogs. And it's about me feeling alive because I don't do much during the day. And walking with the dog is kind of what I do to feel alive. But the problem is the distance. You know, the end of the block is one thing. Beyond that's another thing. And I tend to do it and pay for it. So really, that's what the talk should be about with everybody is how many of you are in the same boat? How many of you have gone too far and paid for it? So it's all the advice we've all heard 1,000 times. Why don't we listen? Why don't we think about these things before we do them so we don't have problems or exacerbate our existing problems? I think it's human nature. I think we live in kind of denial. As much as we might talk about, hear about, think about what's wrong with us, we still try to be regular people. And I think I've told you that when I look in the mirror, I go, whoa, because a lot of times I feel like I'm 20 years old still, 19 years old. That mentality. Doesn't mean I have the physical capabilities of one, but it means I'd like to think like one. But here's the issue. We're not thinking. I'll say it again. This is the guy that sucked the tip of the honey badger. We're not thinking. We're just doing. So my solution, talking it through, is to think more. Think before we do. Because we're not normal. And I know that sounds harsh, but we're not. Anybody who's in chronic pain, anybody who's got issues like we all do, when I see what you guys post, we're not normal. We like to think we're normal. We like to think we can do it. But you know what? We're not normal and we can't. We're not normal and we can't. Fess up to it. So that's the issue. How do you realize that you're not normal and you can't and fess up to things? Well, you got to grab yourself somewhere, somehow. I got to grab myself somewhere, somehow. I can't keep doing these things. My son will say, let's go out to dinner. And it involves driving an hour each way, walking a couple of blocks each way to the restaurant from where you park, and walking up about 40, and I mean 40, steep, like a 45-degree incline, higher, 70-degree incline, stairs, almost straight up. And to a restaurant on the second floor, which is wonderful. But I don't realize it until I get home what I've done to myself, so that I can be with my son and his fiance and do the things that people like to do. It's unfortunate that we have to take that extra step before doing things. There was an old saying, look before you leap. I don't think that saying applies to us. We have to think before we look, before we leap. So there's an extra step people like us have to put in to stay ahead of our pain. Because once you get out there and you've gone too far, it's too late. I'm an example of that right now, and I'm harsh about it right now because I'm mad at myself. So don't listen to good advice. But please, listen to good advice. Think about what you're going to do before you do it. Make sure you can do it and get back. Take care, everyone. It's the Real Senior Stoner talking about how to help our pain. Take care.